I wish I could talk to the MIGOs longer, man. It's one of my favorite groups. I've been covering for so long. I'm glad they succeeded, man.
Hey, man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
Before Joe Budden decided to drop the mic and walk out of the Migos interview held at the BET Awards.
Joe, man, chill, you fucking it up. It's my favorite group.
Before Joe Budden joined the rap supergroup Slaughterhouse alongside Royce the 5'9", Joel Ortiz, and Crooked Eye.
All I hear is war stories on the pound your man got, but only time you move bricks is when the sound scan drop.
Before Budden teamed up with DJ Akademiks and Nedeska Alexis for Complex News' new series Everyday Struggle.
I listen to that record and don't appreciate a nigga like his talent, or do I judge niggas like him to have the same fucking bar as a me or a fucking him or somebody? I don't do that.
Before Mr. Pump It Up would become a regular cast member on Love and Hip Hop New York and take a visit to couples therapy.
Or somebody like me who transitions like in their 20s, you're thrown into womanhood and you have to learn how to deal with all these crazy guys that are after you because you're like, you know, fresh meat.
Before Joe Budden would take shots at Drake with not one, not two, but 3 diss tracks, and heard little back from Drizzy, well, except and there was this.
I should have brought Joe Budden up here and let him do Pump It Up one time tonight. Pump it up.
A lot of people take shots at Joe Budden as a one-hit wonder, but his 2003 track Pump It Up made him a very rich man. In fact, that song has been featured in various films and video games, and you can't go to a sporting event without hearing that goddamn tune. Nowadays, Joe is referred to as an old head in the hip-hop game, and he's also a hothead. But the man has the years of experience and is a savvy lyricist who is a vocal critic of the new genre of rap superstars coming out these days. He don't like him. But this isn't a new shtick for him. He's always been a man picking fights. But back in the day, he took aim at rappers including The Game, Saigon, Lil B, Raekwon, and Method Man. Now I'm hoping this video doesn't get me caught in his crosshairs. I'm just the bio dude Joe. Leave me alone.
You just sat there and told a bold-faced fucking lie.
Fuck, this guy is terrifying. What's going on, guys? My name is McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Joe Budden prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. In the past, I've done a video on DJ Akademiks, Lil Yachty, and of course Drake. In fact, I gotta get working on the rich life of Drake. It's gonna be good. Anyways, you guys requested this video. Let me know who's next in the comments down below.
What do you think is your best quality that you're bringing to the game that's different?
Me. That's what I'm bringing.
Joseph Anthony Budden II was born on August 31st, 1980 in Spanish Harlem and was raised in Queens, New York. The son of Faye Southerland and his father, who I'm assuming is Joseph Budden I, who was absent for some time during his son's youth. Both parents struggled with addictions. During Joe's formative years, he lived in Jersey City, and while there when he was a pre-teen, his older brother threatened him with a 9mm, which resulted in his family seeking help to deal with their anger issues. Joe was instructed to keep a journal with him where he began to write down his thoughts, some of them so dark that doctors began suggesting to get him on some medication. His writing would evolve into his lyrics, and he became a battle rapper while in high school.
I just expect if I'm rapping at somebody for them to not DM me a bunch of soft stuff.
Now a teenager, Joe began to experiment with drugs, picking up an addiction for angel dust and popping pills. He lost interest in school, dropped out, and started getting into trouble. His bad behavior started out with acts of arson, which soon progressed into robberies and B&Es. After an emotional confrontation with his mother, he willingly went into rehab on July 3rd, 1997, at the age of 17.
That's why your mama tell you just always have a good clean tank top on. You never know when you be a mean.
Joe cleaned himself up and began focusing on his rap skills, hoping to turn this into hip-hop fame. He teamed up with producer Dub B, aka White Boy, and began making demos, one of which ended up in the hands of DJ Clue. Soon afterwards, Joe was a mixtape fixture, freestyling over popular beats on mixes by New York's leading DJs, most notably DJ Clue, DJ K-Slay, and Cutmaster C. His grind and freestyle turned heads, as did his track Focus.
Yeah, I started MCing. I was high. That's basically it, man. I was high, I was twisted, I took maybe an L to myself, and I just started running off the mouth and I was freestyle.
It wasn't long before Joe joined On Top Management and went to work with Just Blaze, who at the time was one of New York's hottest producers. He was best known for his work with Jay-Z, and when they got together, well, it resulted in the hit song Pump It Up, a song that was all of a sudden absolutely everywhere, and still is today.
Bump it up, you came to get it drunk with a dame, and shit it drunk, you came to get it on.
You can find this song on his debut album, Joe Budden, which charted well during its opening week during the spring of 2003. It earned the 20-year-old rapper some critical praise, a Grammy nomination, and everyone predicted that Joe Budden was a rapper with a bright future ahead of him. Unfortunately, there were some changes at Def Jam, and his next album wouldn't drop until late 2009. During his downtime, he would drop mixtapes, but his sound was noticeably darker. He rapped about depression, self-harm, addiction, and broken relationships.
What these websites do, they take bits and pieces of a stream and they'll edit it and chop it and put a caption underneath it and make me look like I'm suicidal.
I don't think you look suicidal.
In 2008, Joe fell in with fellow lyrical specialist Royce the 5'9", as well as Joel Ortiz and Crooked I. Together, they formed the lyrical powerhouse rap group Slaughterhouse, a group that is still signed today to Shady Records. It was with Slaughterhouse that Joe began taking aim at other rappers, mainly the ones I mentioned in the intro, which led to a confrontation between him and Wu-Tang, who I would never fuck with.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
In 2004, Joe took up his first broadcasting gig as a co-host on the morning talk show Hot 97, which was short-lived. The man also became extremely vocal on Twitter and played the long game, building up a loyal fan base on social media. Although his music career seemed to be fading away, Joe Budden never stopped rapping and continues to release new music. He's continued to be a topical personality in the rap and hip-hop industry and has appeared on television. He runs his own podcast, and on top of all this, well, he's got his new series, Everyday Struggle, in collaboration with Complex News, where, you know, this happened.
Yachty knows. They don't like Yachty. We don't like what he represents. I want you to be aware of your business. I want you to know whether you're in a 360 or not. I want you who's well-spoken and articulates himself well.
My nigga, chill.
Yeah, hold up.
As for the rest of the story, well, that's pretty much it. Or I can go into more detail in and after their famous video. You let me know if that's something you need to see. My name is Michael McCrudden. We make all sorts of celebrity bios. Be sure to hit subscribe down below. Check out these other vids. I'll see you guys in another video.
Akademiks is one of the biggest pussies I've ever seen in my entire life.